We're going to be doing a battery change out on a 2016 Club Car Precedent. The first thing you want to do is turn off the power switch from run to tow. Then you want to disconnect your water lines, then your main power lines, which go to the main battery, the positive and the last negative. Then you want to remove all your cables that connect all your batteries together. You will not need this for your new install. Remove your battery holders on the center part. They're plastic caps with metal rods. You can remove those. You won't need those as well. Bedrock also provides you a battery holder to remove the batteries from the casement. Definitely use it. It'll save your back, and it makes it really easy to remove the batteries. Next, you want to clean the housing. That's completely up to you how much you clean it. Some of my bolts were rusted down at the bottom, so I sprayed a little anti-rust paint on there. Next, you want to remove the front toe kick. It's more like a heel kick, but you need to remove the floor covering first. There's 2 screws on the sides, and then there's 3 screws along the back heel kick. You need to remove those as well. You'll also remove the 2 screws on top of the frame as well. But after removing these 3 screws, that toe kick should pop out. There's the 2 screws on top. Remove those. Do not put those back in until this install is completely over and you are done. That piece will pop out right there. Now you're ready to work on your charger. First, remove the old charger. You will need to remove the aluminum power module screw. Removed all my tie wraps and cleaned all that up as well. Remove that screw, and that'll open it up, and you'll be able to see your module in there. You'll see the back side of the motor, and the solenoid will be in there as well. This is pretty simple, easy to get to. You can lay it right down and get to all your wiring. Just remember that none of these wires are hot now because your batteries have been removed. I believe that was a 1/2 wrench that I used to remove those 2 wires. Do not tighten your nuts back up because you will be wiring your new one into that as well. Bedrock makes it very simple. They give you good instructions to complete this install. Next, you'll remove the old charging system, which is just the plug. There's a couple screws there. You'll remove that. Follow your wires back and disconnect your wires as well. You will not need that for your new install. It's gone. So you can put your toe kick back on, snap it back onto place, and your new charger, which is just going to be a standard 110 volt adapter plug, will go in the outside hole there. They provide you the screws, and they also provide you a little metal mechanism that you have to snap into place, and that will help you mount your adapter. To me, this was the most difficult part of the job, is trying to get that adapter in and get those screws to line up. But I eventually did get them to line up, and I got them to accept the screws properly. Take your time on this, but you will have to work on it because it is not the easiest and perfect fit. Got it done. Next, you want to set your template down. This is the template that you will use in order to mount your brackets. Bedrock gives you a great template to use. You just lay it down, put your brackets in there, and drill through the bottom floorboard of your cart. When you drill down through the bottom of your cart, there's going to be some additional supports that you're going to have to clean up from underneath the cart. So what I did was I drilled my holes, dropped some bolts down through there just to see where I needed to clean up at. And then you will see that I went underneath the cart to clean up the additional supports so I could get my nuts and bolts on properly. This was probably the second most tedious part of it, was the underneath side of the cart. But with a little Dremel tool or the little tool that they provide you to kind of clean up these additional supports from underneath was handy as well. I ended up mainly just using a Dremel tool. But make sure your brackets stay right on top of the paper template that they provide you. And I went ahead and just bolted mine down and just left the paper template there. I did not take it back out of place. As you can see, where I cleaned up underneath here so my bolts would fit, I had to cut out some of the bracing. I feel like I did not mess with the integrity of the golf cart. You're taking a substantial amount of weight off this golf cart to go to this lithium battery. So I had to clean up a little bit of the supporting brackets to get my bolts in there. And I also caught some of the frame. There's an aluminum frame underneath here, as you will see. I caught a little bit of the aluminum frame as well and had to clean up some of the brackets there as well. But not a problem. Catching that was perfect. So then I just tightened up my bolts, as you can tell. And now I'm ready to set my battery. Just blew it out, get some of the shavings out of there. This golf cart will probably never be this clean again. So just set your battery down there and then you just bolt it in. I've seen some other golf cart battery, lithium battery change out, and I've seen them where they just set down in there and they provide you ratchet straps just to ratchet them down. I like this better. I like how Bedrock has done it. I just think it's a cleaner look, a more classy look, and just to me, just the level of care and how they provide things is the way I like it done. So they kind of mesh with me very well. This is the charger. This is the adapter charger. This is what's going to plug into the charger port that we installed at the front of the golf cart. This is super simple to install. Again, the instructions tell you everything that you need to do. Just simply screw it down, try to find a comfortable place to put it, and then start working with your wiring. Just follow the wire diagram that they gave you. It's a very simple wiring diagram. It shows you where everything should be wired. Don't let this overwhelm you. Just follow your paperwork, and it's a pretty simple step to complete. Try to be methodical on how you run your wires. I try to keep mine clean and neat and using zip ties to kind of tighten everything up. You will need a couple eyelets to kind of bring a couple wires together. Bedrock provides a couple eyelets. I used a couple that I had on my own that had the heat shrink on them, so I crimped them, then I heat shrunk them. Just a personal preference, but you need very little based on what Bedrock provides you. They provide you almost everything that you need for an easy install. Again, take your time with this. Make sure your wiring is done correctly. Make sure you follow the schematic that they give you. Make sure you tighten up all your nuts nice and snug. Don't over tighten them. And see, there you go. I'm using the instructions just to follow the wire diagram, just to make sure that I get it correctly. You don't want to cross any wires. But it's very, very simple. They provide good information pertaining to this club cart. I'm getting ready to run my positive and negative cables. They always recommend that you put the heaviest wire or the thickest wire closest to the terminal on the battery. So if you have 3 wires coming in to your hot side, you want your heaviest wire closest to the battery, and the same thing on your black wire as well. So here I'm just kind of cleaning up everything, kind of checking everything. Now I'm getting ready to install my volt and my charge meter. So I'm kind of just pulling off the panel there in the front, going to remove the old one. I'm going to cut the wires and abandon them in place, put some heat shrink and some black tape on them, and then I'll install the new one. Leave your floor mat out while you do this, because whenever you put the new one in, you're going to want to snake your wire back down through your floorboard. There's some grooves in the floorboard that you will snake that wire back through to get it back to the battery housing. You're going to need to take some screws out of the dash, so that dash will move a little bit so you can snake those wires down through there with no problem. Just make sure you don't pull them too tight and potentially damage the wire. Just make sure you line it up in there good. They provide you the mechanism to hold everything in place. Again, Bedrock is good about everything that they provide you. You see where I'm moving the dash there to try to get those wires to come down through the bottom. It's super simple. I could have left the excess wire back behind the dash. However, I chose to leave all my excess wire where the battery is. So I just snaked it all down through, and again, run it underneath the frame of the seat housing there. So just leave that seat housing loose until you get everything done, and then you can button that up later. So putting the screws back in the dash. My cart already had the 12-volt converter on it, so I did not have to add the 12-volt converter. So I already had lights on this cart and USB outlets and so forth. So I didn't have to add that additional step to this cart install or this battery install. But I just wired everything up, made things nice and neat, looped my wires around, and then this connects straight to the battery. So now I'm gonna turn it on the run mode, turn the key on, and I gently press the power to make sure that the battery did come on. It was charged to 45%. They urge you at Bedrock to charge this thing up fully before you run this cart. So I immediately, as soon as I knew that I had everything wired properly, I immediately charged it up. I did not check it until the next day. The next day I went out there and the battery was 100% charged.